Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing Overlord Season 1, Episode 4. Last time, we are starting to kind of open up the world, starting to see that there's more to this world, and it really not being a game anymore. It's more like, the game is now the real world, right? Now it is like the world that you live in, the world that Momonga lives in. And that's another funny thing. He's being called Ainz now. He's using that name for people to get to know him and everything. And I found myself at the end of the episode calling him Ainz myself. And that made me think about the question, what do you guys call him? Do you call him Momonga or do you call him Ainz? Is it commonplace to call him Ainz? I feel like I'll probably get corrected. I think for now I'll just call him Momonga, but you guys let me know if it really matters or not. I don't know if he's gonna use that name all the time or something, but it just I found myself, because they were calling him Ainz, I found myself doing it. So weird question, but you guys can let me know in the comments down below. But if you are new to the channel, we are doing this show 2 days a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. So if you want to make sure you see these, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, smash that like button. It definitely helps. I want to know you guys want more of these reactions. You guys let me know. You guys dictate these things. You guys let me know. I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/AJRich123. If you want to see uncut reactions and early releases, we're usually about a week ahead or so over there. So check that out as well. If you want to help me out, support the channel, and get some cool early and extra content, check that out. And let's go ahead and start. So they have their own kind of fights going on here. Ooh, that's some serious eyes. Now they're kind of working together here. Okay, so the priest they just showed. Oh, so they're looking for him then. That he'd want to hire someone like that, but that's how he's portraying himself. Kind of siding with the good guys. They probably don't have enough people to protect everyone. Another OP item that he has. He has literally an unlimited supply of OP items. He's just giving out these OP items like candy. See, he's saying this, right? I think he's trying to, by him saying this, because he's already, he already looks at these people not the same way. By saying this to, to people that work under him, I think he's trying to get in their head to act more like him, not to be as threatening to them, to make sure his plans go as planned and everything works really smoothly. Because I think he already, thinks like that for the most part. That's the way it's coming off anyway. It's kind of strange because when he talks in general, right, and then when he talks in his head, it's like two different people, and that's why it's like two different personalities. I think that's why I'm trying to take them the same way. Take them as the same person, but they also could be kind of conflicting with each other a little bit too. They're after the head warrior, so the best plan is to make that person leave so the village isn't the target. For some reason, I want Titans to appear, and I want Erwin to just show up and say a humongous speech. Still a little strange to see like fighters that would be, you know, regular human fighters fighting against robots and stuff. But you have to kind of remember that this used to be an MMO. This is what leadership does, though. Follow you, you know, until the end. Sometimes if you defeat the commander, it'll make everyone else retreat. He's definitely like that typical warrior class that I always played in MMOs. That face does not belong as like someone that's working as like a priest or, you know, in a holy place like that. Now they're getting overwhelmed a bit. Maybe they could use, you know, Momonga's help a little bit. Some of them. 100 versus 1. This is bullshit. Angel robots. Where they dance in space. 1 versus like 100. Oh no. He needs help. True. I'm like, why doesn't he come out? Yep. There we go. Yes. OP items, OP techniques, OP moves. What can't Momonga do? I guess he was just waiting. Oh, that's what the item did. Probably took like hours and days to earn those items. Ainz versus 100 or so people. I'm leaning towards Momonga here. His balls may be big, but they're about to be ripped apart. No one ever takes that choice though. That's kind of a request, like that's definitely a villain-like request. Give up or you're gonna get killed. Don't you know this guy has fucking hacks? Physical null in any RPG, any type of like, if you've ever played like a game like Age of Wonders or anything like that, or if you have physical null and just in a general MMO, it's usually bullshit. It's like something that you had to work forever to get to because physical damage is usually one of the most used skill types. So getting physical immunity is one of the hardest things to get. Normally physical resistance, or even in a game like Persona or something, getting physical immunity means you're at like the end game. And because he's cap level and he has all these items, like you can't beat somebody that has that type of immunity. That's why I think this is more hilarious to me than normal, just because I know how hard it is to get these type of skills. This comes from a years and years veteran of fucking grinding stuff and never getting to this level. Kind of curious about that too. Even though he's so powerful, he still doesn't have knowledge about a lot of the stuff here. Ever since it's not a game anymore. I think this should be a display of power. Who else is going to try to fight him now? Momonga is like the ultimate boss. He's the boss himself. Oh, I love it. Albedo's gonna cut your balls and cut your head. You're still willing to attack? Why do I feel like this is gonna be underwhelming? Yeah. It's like the level difference between 90 and 100. Fucking one-hit kills. This is what happens when you grind and eat top ramen for weeks on end. Or my choice, 7-Eleven taquitos. If your other angel one-shotted, why do you think this is going to be any different? I mean, it looks pretty epic. I would assume this would be like an ultimate normally, right? He's like, you wasted your one-time use. Burn! That's a motherfucking burn! Momonga seems to be able to slice through that. Possibly even God. Worst case scenario, you pissed off Albedo. You're fucking with the thirst. She's about to throw them in the trash can. Recycle them. Oh no. Where the fuck did it go? That's so legit. No one's gonna mess with him now. They would be an idiot too. Oh, that's different. Damn, he's quick to beg. This seems to probably, I feel like this is gonna become a normal thing. They're gonna beg at the end. Oh, you've just been fucking twisted. It's Momonga's world and we're living in it. And now he's just talking. No, I can never get used to this. So weak items are like OP to them? That's a good strategy to have though, just in case. She's there to protect you. You and your balls. Okay, so his name is now Ainz. At least you didn't have to pay $10 to change your name like DLC. They definitely will give themselves to you. I can see it in their face. We're going full dark side. So they'll all bow down to him. It's a good strategy, though. Before that end credits scene, the very end of the episode, he was talking about, and that's one thing I didn't think about, him like doing all this, getting his name out there, could put his name, if there is any players out there that had, the same thing happened to them, the same thing happened to them like him, then this would put his name out there, and then it's probably the best chance he has to run into anybody. And that's an interesting concept. Is there other people there? Is there other people that the same thing, happened to them like him? But it also could be, it also could be nothing. And what's going to make him, what's going to please him the most? Like, it seems like it's been really easy for him. Like, he even said this item that I called OP, I thought was like amazing. He's giving these items that would have been like, he said gotcha items, like, those tiny, items you can earn from gold, or, you pay a tiny bit in DLC or whatever for. I thought they were like these level, 100 items that you had to grind forever for, but it's not. So that makes me think of the question, if those aren't OP items, what are? What is what would be those level 100 items? Because he was max level, so he must have a literal shit ton. We know he's got his staff. We know we've seen different things that he has, the rings and stuff. But what would he consider OP items? Because we just saw him send somebody to bumfuck nowhere, void of living hell, where nobody returns. Garlic Jr. from DBZ is still stuck in that freaking thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody, there's nothing I feel like this guy can't do. So what is an OP item to him? I don't know. It's just kind of exciting, because if that seemed like a fight that would normally be epic, and we saw it from the other side, we saw that High Warrior fighting, and it, like, he was doing really well and he seemed insanely strong. But as Albedo said, they were using him as a pawn, and for some reason, like, I want to think that he wasn't only, like, he was going to take him out. Maybe he was using him, but he wasn't going to get him, like, killed or anything like that. It's like, I feel like I want Momonga, and now he changed his name and called himself Ainz. Now maybe I should call him Ainz. You guys gotta let me know in the comments on that one. But I really think he has, like, I want him to have a little bit of humanity. Whenever you hear that, like, his inner voice, I think he has humanity left in him. Like, it's not just, that's why I think that's why this show is so intriguing as well. Not only because he's a bad guy, he's playing like the opposite side than normally that we see. This isn't your everyday Kirito. This is completely different. So I don't know. I guess I just want it more. I want to see, I want to hear more from that voice, and I just want to know what's going on inside of him, because I can just only imagine, because you come from a normal world, and so you have like your personality. But if you were morphed, let's say you got stuck in I don't know. Oh God! If you were stuck in something like VR chat, I think you would become toxic immediately. No matter what, your personality would be gone. You just switch avatars and shit all the time. But no, like, if you went inside somewhere and you took this role as something, like if you're RPing and you take this role, but you become that role, it's going to be really hard to remember your, what you used to be, right? And you would think it would slowly kind of go away. I don't know. Like, it's just an interesting concept. I can't wait to learn more from that. And then the last thing I want to touch is the name change. That I made the joke, and it's not even a joke. There's some games I played, some very money hungry like games, like MMOs that you have to pay like $20 to roll for a key, a part of a key, hopefully to get a full key for a summon, and then they charge you like $10 to $20 to change your name, sometimes more than that. So when he had an item like that, I'm like, oh, at least you're not paying money for it. You're not like you're not giving up an arm and a leg. Sometimes it's like you don't get one of those until you're max level too. Matters the game. So that's for somebody, that's why this is interesting for me, because I have so much knowledge in MMOs in general that I can't help but compare it and compare them. And then when I see something that I've seen in every MMO possible, like a name change, it's just funny to me. Anyway, I really am enjoying this series. I love being able to like compare like real life type things or experiences I've had to a show. And that's why this is so easy to react to for me, because it's just like so much, I don't know, it's just extra exciting. So if I come off like I'm very, very excited, I can't help it. It's like, like everything just reminds me of things when I'm watching this. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out the Patreon at patreon.com/AJRich123 if you want to see uncut reactions and early releases of this show and all my other shows. It definitely helps. But if you can't do that and you want to help out and help the channel, you can follow my Twitter at AJRich123. You can go follow on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AJRich. Or you could just subscribe and watch the content. I really appreciate that. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.